I can say it's a great miracle. Well, God did something for me but I rather not say it like that because you're talking about miracle. So I will put it this way: God's hidden hand was there to guide us, that eventually we stayed in Halong and not Vendong. God was gracious and merciful to me, that the two policemen that came weren't rude and aggressive. They could have shouted from the door and stopped me, and they could have, caught hold of me and put me one side. They could have done that So God was good and gracious that the policemen accepted the explanation of the church leaders. God was good and gracious to me that the policemen did not question me, did not ask me to go out. They could have God was good and gracious to me that the policeman didn't look for my IC or my laptop or whatnot It was the goodness of God. If I want to put it, it was the miracle of God that protected me in that sense. But I prefer to use the hidden hands of God. Have I experienced this kind of thing before in my ministry in Vietnam? Yes. Several years ago, in one of my early trips to Vietnam, I was supposed to preach in a camp in Ho Chi Minh City for a church in Ho Chi Minh City. So the church organized 2 or 3 buses, brought about 80 to 100 people. We went to the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. So we arrived at the campsite at about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then we settled in, and then I went to my room. Soon after I went into my room, the organizer came to me and said, "Pastor Jason, don't go out. There are policemen outside." So what I learned subsequently is that the policeman came to ask, "Hey, why these 2-3 buses come? What's your intention here?" So the organizer talked to this policeman, gave them tea and coffee and things like that. So evening at about 6 o'clock, the policeman came again. They wanted to eat dinner. So the organizer told me, and the night session you don't need to preach, you just stay in your room. Next day, the police came in the morning. They wanted to eat breakfast. They came lunch. They wanted to eat lunch. They came dinner. So the policeman came the next few days. And I didn't have to preach at all. I couldn't preach at all in the camp, because of the presence of the police. Now, this camp thing is like 15 years ago, and then what I mentioned, Vendong, was just last month, okay? When I first went to Vietnam, no Facebook access. You cannot access Facebook, You have to go through a proxy website if you want to go to the Facebook, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that now Facebook accessible. What I'm trying to say is that Vietnam has opened up over the last 12 to 15 years, but still the church is harassed, being harassed, okay? So eventually at that camp, towards the last 1 or 2 days, they told me, you can go out you also look Vietnamese, it's okay, You don't have blonde hair, but make sure you don't open your mouth and speak English. So I went out, and they told me, if you see the policeman, you just smile at them, don't open your mouth and talk. So, but throughout the whole camp, I didn't speak at all. I didn't speak at all. So I thank God for the privilege to serve Him. I thank God for His protection, His provision in my life, We can call it miraculous. I have no problem. But if I were to share this story, I would say the hidden hands of God protected me. And then the local church leaders, in their wisdom, they knew what to do. So back in Vendong, when the police left, they actually told the church people, "You're supposed to end at 4 o'clock, right?" Then they say, "Yes." Okay, let him speak until 4 o'clock. So the policeman said that. But the elders in the church, after lunch, or rather during lunch, told me, "I think we will end the seminar with lunch, while the police allow you to speak to 4 o'clock. it is best that we end here lah, as a respect to them lah. So we ended the seminar with lunch, and then subsequently I preached on Sunday at 2 different churches, not in Bandung but in Hanoi. I was afraid that my exit, that means when I leave Hanoi, they will stop me at the immigration. I was afraid that after taking my picture, they just use facial recognition, they will catch me at the immigration point. But thank God none of this happened. So God is good. So God's provision is there, God's providence is there, and His hidden hand has protected me. So I don't like to exaggerate it and say, wow, what a mighty miracle, Wow, I don't like to exaggerate. But yet at the same time, I want to give God the glory. And at the same time, I want to continue to serve Him. So pray for me. I will plan my next trip to Hanoi or Vietnam next year, not this year. I only can afford to go once a year. That I will be able to go in without problem. That I will continue to serve Him. Come, stand up with me as I pray for each one of us.